What's going on, everybody? Here we are on Friday. We made it through another week. Welcome to Friday. Let me get my smock on here and get ready for this live. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Whew. We're here. We made it. And yeah, awesome. Today we're going to be looking at Mako Metal and all of those sort of things. You are 100% going to remember. If you forgot about Mako Metal, you are going to remember it. It was a hot seller at the old Condé. We had street signs. We had parking signs, which always confused me because parking signs are on the street. But then I realized that this names the street. It's not necessarily where the sign is. I missed you last week too, Miriam. You missed your chance at winning an awesome DTF station sublimation oven thing, combo pack bundle. We'll talk about that a little bit too today. Oh, awesome. We got Rhonda back. How you doing, Rhonda? Welcome back to everything here on everything going on here. Everything's going good. I like to put numbers on things and think about things, but most of the time, numbers are just made up. But I would say that we really have, honestly, about 85% of the old Condé products at the new Condé. When we're bringing on new products, I got to test some products and all of those sort of things. But yeah, we are rocking, we are rolling. And something that I've talked about twice with two people this week, and man, I forget about what was this even called? Hold on, let me take a drink of my coffee in my Friday cup. But there is a saying in the Toyota car company, Kaizen, I think it is. And what you want to do is little bits each day. And by doing little bits each day at the end of a certain period of time, a month, 6 months, a quarter, a year, whatever, you look back and you've got a whole bunch of stuff going. So it is really good looking back and being like, wow, all that work, everything we're doing is awesome and we're getting it there. So I want you guys to kind of take that when you're doing stuff. You can't do everything in one day. Sometimes you got to just do what you can that day and then look back at what you accomplished and always be proud of yourself. Yes, you will always wish you accomplished more, but be proud and be happy of everything that you have accomplished. And I want to say hello to everybody who joined in. Also, we got Barbara, we've got Tom from Orlando, we've got Leah, we've got Beth, we've got is Evelyn on here? I didn't see Evelyn. And we also have Chuck. We've got Chuck in here. And you guys are lucky that Chuck wasn't in the live last week because Chuck is the luckiest person. Oh man, and Chuck and luck rhyme. I am just thinking of that. And Chuck, there's that's awesome. Thank you guys for coming back. And we've got Darren out there with Zeus. Hopefully everything's going awesome. But yeah, we're looking at some Mako Metal, and we are back. We're going to be doing Friday Lives a lot more. If you ever want to reach out to me, you can email me at bo@condé.com. Ask me questions about products. Ask me questions about sublimation. What's best for you if you just, have any ideas. You want to send me something, a design or something, and give me, want my input on it, bo@condé.com. I'm always open to talk about those sort of things. And my email does actually go directly to this thing here, which is called, this is a cellular phone, and it's generally in my pocket or around, so I'm open all the time. All right, and I want to say thank you for watching and supporting and all of those sort of things. I truly appreciate it. You guys are the best customers in the world. I couldn't ask for better customers, supporters, and all of those sort of things. So yes, thank you. And as always, we've got free shipping on web orders, $149.99. So go ahead, let's go fill up that cart. Now we've got this new color light glass that's sponsored, and it's powered by CKS Technology, Color Science Keepsake. I love this stuff. You can see I've got it all back here. It's really awesome. It's got a very, very bright white backing on it, so you're going to get some pretty awesome whites in here, but you're also going to be able to, it's also transparent. So if you have a light behind it, you can see through it. CSK, if you're wondering, it's on Condé.com. So just type in CSK in the search and you will find it for sure. It's awesome. Oh, hello, Donna. Thank you for joining. We made it another week. And as always, everybody, we are adding new products daily to Condé.com. Whether that's a printer, a substrate, a cutter, vinyl, anything. You never know. We've got some stuff in the works right now. We released some tape dispensers. We've got those. They're pretty awesome. For 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, 4 rolls tape. You don't want to get yourself in a sticky situation. You need a great tape dispenser. And as I was talking about earlier, we do have this DTF sublimation oven with heat gun and accessories, and it's 36-liter capacity. But what does that actually mean? What the heck is 36-liter capacity? Well, 36-liter capacity is about 1.4 cubic feet, and your average oven in the house is just under 4 cubic feet squared, whatever. Man, I just completely lost my train of thought on that. But yes, this is about a quarter of the size of your regular oven. It can fit a lot of stuff in there, as we'll see here. These are new products from Dytrans. We'll get back to the oven. We've got some polypoplin fabric. Yes, we've got that by the yard, and we've got the arf 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 dog tags. That's right. We got the Dytrans dog tags in satin and clear gloss. Check that out. Check that out. So we've got the oven here, and the man, I think I said 1.4. I lied. It's 1.3 feet squared. Capacity. It comes with heat gun. It comes with 2 large rolls of shrink film. It comes with the premium heat gun. It doesn't come with 2 premium heat guns. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't fix that one. It comes with a tumbler, sample tumbler, which is random. It's going to come with a heat glove, and it's got the tumbler cradle, if I didn't say that. But yeah, it can fit all of these things, so it can fit a whole bunch of stuff. Not all of this at once, but it can fit 12 11-ounce mugs. So you can do 12 11-ounce mugs in 20 minutes. That's pretty good. So technically, doing some math here, you could do 24. You could do 36 mugs. Is that right, in an hour? Yeah, I guess so. It fits the big tumblers and all of that. But you guys are going to want to stay tuned, because I do have a 211, which is the big, I think it's the 30-ounce. It's got the octagon base on it. I got one of those. I don't have it in here, but I got one of those to put in the oven for you guys, and we will check that out. Pretty soon. There could be something down here, out of the camera. You never know. I don't ever want you to look over here, though. That's a disaster zone over there. But yeah, we've got a lot of great lives coming up. We do, and here, let's take a look. We've got these lives coming up here. So we got Mako Metal Unleashed. That's what we're doing today. We are getting in the deep end with the sharks. Mako is a shark, if you did not know. And we're going to be looking at Mako Metal. What makes Mako Metal awesome? So yeah, we've got that. Then on April 25th, which means we are not having a live next week, just so you know, I will be out of the office next week. So yes, April 25th, Stephanie from Caesar is coming on. She's taking over, and she's doing Stephanie's Caesar things. That should be awesome. Then coming up soon, we've got May the Press Be With You. We're going to be doing, sci-fi stuff and all of those sort of things to celebrate that Star Trek May the 4th Be With You Day. Then we've got Mug Madness coming up, which, mugs have handles, tumblers don't. We've got Vincent from DTF Station coming in. He's going to be out in California, out in beautiful sunny California. Unfortunately, Vince is a Dodgers fan. We have to call Vince out on this. Vince is a Dodgers fan, so I want you guys to show up, and I want you guys to just, let him have it for being a Dodgers fan, okay? Now that this is coming out, maybe I know Pam David's a Dodgers fan, so I'm sorry. give it to them, okay? But we've got some other stuff coming up. We're going to be doing some retro, some 80s and 90s dance party mixes and remixes. We'll be talking about nostalgia and how that sells. Yes, we are going to be getting into the summer stuff. We are going to be pressing a whole bunch. And as you can see on June 6th, which is the first Friday of the next month, we've got a question mark there. I know what we're doing that month. I'm pretty sure I know what we're doing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right down there. But stay tuned. I'll release all that for you guys. And I'm going to put it up here. I'm putting this up here, Miriam. I'm calling Miriam out. Miriam, I sent Miriam some samples of our color light glass. If I remember, it was 5x7, which it comes in. And she said one of her new art pieces, and it looked great. Miriam, you're going to have to send that to me. And I'm sorry, I got to email you back something because I want to, that one thing that you sent me, I know you said to round the corners, and I'm going to send you something like a template, and you'll say, you can cut it out and kind of look at it. I might put like an 1/8 inch like curve on the corners, those sort of things for you. But color light is really great. It's fun. It's different. We're talking about Mako metal here today, and there's also Chromolux metal. They've got that. That as well, but I don't really think that Chromolux and Mako metal are in the same boat. Now, Chromolux and our color light, that's a little bit of a closer combination. Even though one is metal and one is glass, I really do think, personally me, if you're going to be putting this on a scale, and you know that I've said this for years, is the number one substrate is Chromolux. Now, I'm from Detroit, so I compare it to Cadillac because Cadillac, well, you could also be a Lincoln person, but I'm going to say Cadillac. It's the Cadillac of all substrates. I've got some stuff over here, and you know me. I'm going out there and I'm taking photos and stuff, and I use Chromolux. I've got the 5x7s. I think are great, and I found these today. I'm going to look at them, but I want to make some sort of wooden stand on my table. So if someone comes over or something, they can flip through some of my photos just like this. And what's great about the 5x7, man, Ruben. See you later, Ruben. I'm sorry. But yeah, 5x7 is great. For selling at your shop or your little flea market, art fair type thing, bazaar, because you know what, this isn't going to take up that much room, and you're still going to make pretty decent profits off of it. It's also easier nowadays in this economy, which maybe we'll talk about. To sell. It's easier to sell smaller things. Oh, something I want to talk about is last week I was using my I was using gloves, and we're coming out with our Condé.com gloves. All right. And last week someone said it doesn't really look like the glove is that good. I was also using this other pink glove, and now this glove is probably like a quarter glove or something. I don't even know it. This came with some Chinese package somewhere along the lines in my time here. This glove is not very good. This is the glove that I did not think last week was working good, and I had to switch over. The Condé gloves, pretty good. They hold the heat, okay? So yeah, there's that, And talking about, let's bring up something real quick, and there's nothing about this. I hope this is okay to talk about because I know that this is all on our minds these days, and I don't want this to be in any sort of way political, but if you've seen the news lately, there's a lot of stuff going on that could and very well will affect our industry. I'm receiving emails from vendors and manufacturers and all of those sort of things. And what we're talking about here is the big T word, and we are talking about tariffs. And it seems like every day you wake up and there's something else going on. It's escalated to something, and I will let you guys know. Right now, we've got a container on the way, and it's close. It's over $90,000, and if we are going to get a tariff of 145%, I don't think that container might stay out in the water because we're not going to be able to afford that. And I'm just letting you guys know that as we're working, I'm going to try and keep you guys updated as much as possible. I'm trying to keep the prices down as much as possible, as long as possible. And I never ever want you guys to feel like we at Condé Systems here are, you know, um, fear mongering you or pressuring you to buy something. Don't ever buy anything if you can't afford it. I never recommend it. And all of those sort of things. So yes, we are all in this boat. And if you have any questions, anything, anything, you can always email me on this, bo@conde.com. I'm going to give you the honest answer because there's no use lying about this. There's no use stressing about anything. bo@conde.com if you have any questions. Now, we do sell a lot of American made products, but I don't know, like what's going to happen with the tariffs, with Chinese products, what US manufacturers are going to say and all of these sort of things. Are they going to raise their prices? Do they have something along their lines, that they're using Chinese material that they'll also get a tariff on? And I don't know. But the product we're talking about today is Mako Metal, and Mako Metal is made in the United States. It is 98% recycled aluminum. It's pretty cool. They've got a lot, they've got the street sign. So with the street signs, pretty cool. This is something from the old Condé that we pressed, Santa's house. So as you can see, that's also one of my favorite sounds. But as you can see, this is great for the holidays. It's great for a man cave, a she shed. It's great for an office. All of those sort of things. You can put someone's name on their door. This is a really awesome product. We made that at the old Condé. Old Condé sold Mako. I don't know if you know that. Ooh. You always forget to tell people and do things. You always forget to do things until you remember, and then you can't do it. But these are license plates. This one here is a picture of me, and my wife's over here over my shoulders. We're on our first trip to New Orleans, and it was really hot. And this is on silver. The clear gloss, and I've got the white one up here. I think these are great. You could make awesome collages. I don't know if it'd be a collage or a mural. On my wall in my office, I have I got some scrap wood and what's that stuff called, pallet wood, and I made it and stained it, and I put a whole bunch of license plates up on it, and three on the top, then two, then three, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know, your customers might like something like that, with something to do with their life or something that's going to make them happy. And sometimes you forget about it in this industry, and sometimes I might get angry, or I might just forget about how awesome this industry is. And um it's really about the smile. It's really about that smile. And it's really about the emotion that a lot of these products, the personalized products, are really going to create. And unfortunately, it's not, and this is like a dopamine. Like, we're all addicted to dopamine. We're on TikTok watching cat videos, those sort of things. But, when you see a customer and they're just like, me, I'm going to be like, that's awesome, or let's go. Like, yeah. And I'm going to be totally psyched, and it's just awesome, And that's what this is about. When you hand someone something and they're looking at it and they're like, wow, this is awesome. This is something that I'm going to keep for a while. This is something I'm going to remember for a while. And that's really what, sublimation is, and the personalized decoration industry. Unfortunately, we don't get that smile 24/7, and we might feel like sometimes in the day that we're not, we might feel underrepresented and underappreciated. But that's really what it is all about. And Aaron's over in NOLA. I'm thinking about heading over there. I'm thinking I go out and I like to do street photography, and I like New Orleans is a great place. I like to tease the people down here and call it. Wait, did I actually just say it right or wrong? I call it New Orleans, and it really makes people down here angry, and I think it's funny. But I'm thinking about heading over to New Orleans in the next few days or weeks before it gets too hot. when I was there, it was August and it was going to rain, and I'm telling you, it was muggy and hot. But yeah, it's great times there. Um, oh man, yeah, yeah, and Heather, I'm from Detroit originally, and I grew up 40 years. My whole artistic background and everything I do is based off CBC. CBC, the television channel, and CBC radio, all of that is what has inspired me my entire life. So you guys know my secret now. But hopefully, people will be out on the roads this year. They'll be, doing some traveling and all of those sort of things, tourist spots, because a lot of this stuff is great for tourism too. Put something like this in your shop. This one has seen better days. Now that I'm looking at it, put some of this stuff in your shop for your city. Something I put off a lot of things, and I realize this when I go to like write something down or something. It's always like, man, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I really want to learn how to do the postcard style thing and look into that and understand when they write like the sunny state of Florida or whatever. I think that. I think that would be totally awesome. But yeah, Mako Metal for the win is what I'm going to say. We've got a lot of stuff here. So let's see if I can do this. So we got the Mako Metal with the mini street sign, which is 4 inches by 18 inches. It comes with holes or two holes. And I was thinking about this when I was making it, and I don't know, two holes or no holes. Like, why would you want it with no holes? Because how would you mount it? But some people might want it with no holes. I don't know. So you don't really sell to yourself. You're selling to people, and your personal opinion doesn't matter. But the MA, most of the Mako is going to start with MA. If it doesn't start with MA, I believe all of them do, but there might be one that doesn't. But yeah, you got the two holes, the no holes on the street sign, 4 inches by 18 inches. It's also got the parking signs, as I said, two holes and no holes. Those are 8 inches by 12 inches. And this stuff is roughly 0.025 thick with a half-inch corner radius. Now we've also got the Mako, we've got the circle, which is funny. I think this is funny that because this is all marketing material from Old Condé. Old Condé, what's the product? Circle. It can't be disc or something. It's circle is what the product is. Now, thinking about it after that, this is one sided. So what this really is a disc or a medallion type thing for a trophy or a medallion, a coin, something like that. But yeah, I was kind of like, man, you couldn't come up with a better name than circle. But yeah, it's a circle. It's 3 inches, I believe, is what that said up there. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, 3 inches. Oh, that makes a lot. Or 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. I'm having an aha moment here, maybe for a second. I am having an aha moment. So when I was doing this one here is the round ornament, and when I was doing some stuff for this earlier, I said to myself, "Man, I did the thing and I put it on the transfer. I'm like, this doesn't fit at all." So I had to measure the circle, and I think I was measuring the wrong. I think I got the info from the wrong product. So yeah, we've got that. We've also got the license plates that are in the white and the silver gloss. Those are 6 inches by 12 inches and 0.025 thick. It's a lot thinner than Chromolux, I'm going to say. It's great though. It comes in the white and the clear gloss. Do you guys call it white, or I'm sorry, do you guys call it clear gloss or silver? I like calling it clear gloss because it's really a clear coat that's sprayed down there. And I think the gloss kind of helps people know that it's going to be glossy. But, some people call it silver, same thing. We've also got the license plate frames, which are 6.5 by 12, and they're a fourth of an inch thick. Or no, I'm sorry. They are 6.5 by 12 1/4, and they are 0.03 thick. These are pretty cool. You can, You can do a lot of stuff with this. Now here we've got a luggage tag. Today we're going to be decorating the luggage tag, but we are not going to be decorating it for luggage. We're going to be decorating it like an ID badge. This one's got an eighth of an inch corner radius. Yeah, so there's that. And then we can also cut metal. We can cut Mako metal ourselves. We've got a whole other metals. We've got a lot of metals we can cut ourselves to your size pretty much. So the height, width that you say, the standard corners, we've got rounded corners. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. We can cut a whole bunch of different metals. We've got now in Mako we have that, right? But we have other metals. We have brass, I believe we just got in the submet metal, and another one in the submet metal. We also, we've got silver, we've got gold, we've got gloss, no gloss, and all of that stuff can be cut down to your specifications, pretty much down to an eighth of an inch. If you want it lower than an eighth of an inch, like smaller, we can do that. There might be a special charge on that because that's getting pretty small. But we can cut this down to any size you want to fit anything you need. We can round the corners. I believe we have eighth inch round, quarter inch round, and some fancy edges and stuff like that too. But yeah, just go ahead. Condé.com is where you can get a lot of that stuff. So yeah, with the license plates, they are pretty cool. The one thing you're going to know on these is that they do definitely have a soft coat on them. They're a lot thinner than Chromolux, and they do not have a peel coat. So some metals will say, they'll have the brand stamped on them. I'm just going to make sure that none of these do. This one's actually Dynasub. I'm not sure if we still have that, so I'm just going to toss this one over there. But the metals will definitely have stuff stamped on the back. Mako does not have anything stamped on the back, but Chromolux is usually going to have something. If you catch that in there, that does. So you can definitely see what kind of metal you're getting, all of those sort of things. And I found this looking through stuff today. You can make signs for shops like this for, was it Reggie's Barbecue? You can make stuff like that. And then I also found this today. Oh man, there's another one. I found the fire face Rudolph Christmas decoration right here. He's super angry. It's a postcard. I don't know why he became so angry on here, but yeah, we've got our Rudolph. I should put Rudolph back here somewhere, because I think that guy's funny. And then I made this for Rachel a long time ago. I got her pop figure on there. She's got in her pop figure, she's got her Nintendo Switch. She's got her inhaler because she always needs her inhaler. She's got the two cats with her, which this is Magnum. He's no longer with us. That's kind of sad. This is Kaneka. And then she's got a picture of me on there with her on my shirt, and it just keeps going. It's you can definitely do a lot of things for customers. Have fun with them. Make parking signs for them, for their garage, for their parking spaces. Princess parking only. That's what you really want when you are a princess. You want to have your own parking spot. Yeah, I do. I think the Mako stuff, they work really well. As Heather's saying, they work at car shows. I can totally see that at a car show. I could see the parking signs at a car show. When I was younger, in my younger days, I had a Trans Am, and I did have a Trans Am parking only sign in the garage for it. I don't know where that sign is. I wonder. It's probably still up in my parents' garage. But yes, there's a lot of things you can do with this. There's a lot of subgenres and niches out there that a lot of these products would be really, really good for. I think it's funny. Pickleball's really taken off. They're building. I got to get my bearing. They're building like a pickleball huge court thing indoors over this way from me, like half a mile. Oh, it's pretty hot. Yeah, I've got stuff here still. We did these last week. The TUM 217, the TUM 218. They are great, awesome. I don't know what I'm doing with these yet. I want to put these in my studio somewhere to give me creative inspiration for painting and stuff. Put those over there. But I do have this out here. This is something here. And I can talk about this now. I really can talk about this, I think, now. And I'm sorry if I can't. This right here, I should know, is the SSB 16W. This product right here is, I believe this is $2 right now on our site. I think this is $2 on our site for this product. I do. I think it's $2. Let's see. Do I have to log in? Yes. The SSB 16W is $2 on our site right now. $2. I mean, you could take this off and make a pencil. Well, maybe this wouldn't work that great as a pencil holder. But this right here is a product that Old Condé bought, all right? Old Condé bought 37,000 of these. 37,000. Think of that. That is a lot of them. They bought 37,000 SSB 16Ws before ever selling one of them. All right. So we bought these in the sale, the auction sale, and these are a great product, really, for $2. I mean, I can't believe they're so low. They're not discontinued. I can still get this product, and I might sell, even still sell it. I'm pretty sure if there's a bunch of people buying it and wanted it, oh yeah, I would sell it. But yeah, this right here, the SSB 16W is a fun product, and pretty cheap. Actually, it's insanely cheap. It might be the only thing after all of this all goes down. It might be the only tumbler we can afford. We might all be drinking out of the SSB 16W. That might be the tumbler for the next 4 years. Old Condé bought a lot of products that they bought a lot of products. They bought 150,000 pillowcases. And I think we still have them, and I believe they're $1 on our website, Condé.com. But yes, they're good products. Very, very good products. It's you see it on clearance a lot, and I feel bad, but it's because Condé bought so many of them. Not a bad product, just overstocked from the get-go with them. But yes, so I believe I'm going to look at this again. Let's bring this up here. Mug Madness, May 9th. We are doing Mug Madness. Whoa. We're doing Mug Madness on May 9th, and these are a bunch of mugs here I got here. Now we've got the camp mugs. I don't remember what these are. The CM. If my life depended on it, I would say it was the Mug 046 and the Mug 047. It could be the other way around, but yeah, these are really great. They've got a wide lip on them, which is. It seems weird, but it's really not that bad to drink out of, to be honest. It's got great fingers. It's got great finger holes for comfort, stability, all of those sort of things. So we'll be doing these. We've also got the Mug 20. I don't know if you guys know about the Mug 20, but you should. This is my cat's favorite mug to drink out of. She goes crazy when this comes out. Actually, it just stays out on the table for her all the time. But the Mug 20 is a really, really great mug. I like drinking water out of. I like just handled mugs. Mugs. Because it's either a mug, it has a handle, or it's a tumbler, it doesn't. But I like having a handle for some reason, so I can talk and use it. And I'm part Italian. I don't know. But yeah, the Mug 20, and we've also got this. This is the Tankard 22. I'll be doing this on Mug Madness. Handled mug. Tankard's a mug. Yeah, this is a really fun one too. Now. Tiffany said, yes, Tiffany's interested. That's funny, Tiffany. I wish I could remember what Tiffany sang in the. Oh, we gotta fix that. In the 80s. Oh man, I can't remember. But yes. My dad back in the 80s had a tankard, a Stein type thing, and it was for the Beast and Cedar Point, Kings Island, and that's like one of my childhood memories. So when I have one of these and I'm drinking out of one of these, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Is my dad and all that. It gives me childhood memories. Nostalgia is what it gives me, and that's really what the 80s and 90s dance party is going to be about, Tiffany. We're gonna go into nostalgia and talk about those sort of things. Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. We're just going to be having a lot of fun. We're just, hanging out, doing a lot of fun things. Now, I should have cut these out because I am terrible. And I keep telling myself, because it's just me here, I keep telling myself, I'm like, you really got to make a little video thing that says Bo forgot something. He's an idiot and forgot something in the other room. Please stay tuned. Please stay on. Something like that. Because one of these days, my scissors, the tape, something's going to be in the other room. I'm not going to have the transfer. Something is going to happen. So far, we're rocking good. We're doing good. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to be maybe I'll get some cool designs to give out for that. But we do have the that thing coming up, the First Friday giveaway. That's coming up. I'm really excited about Vincent coming on and talking about DTF Station and learning more about their R series printers. They've got the R1, they've got the R2 and the R2 Pro, and really what the difference is. I think I was looking at the R1, and I'm just talking right now while I'm doing this, so I could be completely wrong. And as who said it earlier? I forget who said it earlier. I'm not lying to you. I'm just mistaken. I'm just misforming you. It's the internet, so you shouldn't believe everything you hear. But with the R1, I believe you can do about 65 shirts in a day, 65, 70 shirts in a day, which is, I mean, if you've got 60 shirts in a day, that's a lot of shirts to put out. 65 shirts in a day, to me, that's a lot of shirts for if you're doing this at home sort of thing. That's pretty good. If you could consistently keep that up, yeah, I think that R1 looks pretty good. Now the R2 is going to have a faster. I believe it actually has 2 print heads and it's faster, and then the Pro is even faster than that. Yeah, DTF is pretty cool. If you haven't heard about it, it stands not for what the kids say. Don't look up on the internet and ask the internet what DTF stands for, because it does not stand for down to Fortnite. It actually stands for direct to film, and you print on it, and you print on a film, and then you press it to a shirt pretty much. It's pretty cool. And then we've got Stephanie coming up from Caesar. She's going to be taking over on the next live on the 25th. That should be pretty cool because she always has really, really interesting things going on. She's got really, really interesting products, or not products, projects. Projects is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So when you're doing stuff like this, really all I do is I've got my design here. I print it off, I cut it, and then I'm just going to put my substrate on and just kind of center it on there to the spot that I want it. And then make sure it's straight. That is important, is you want to make sure it's straight. You never want to pay $800 for a set of inks. Is what I'm going to tell you right now. Nobody wants to pay $800 for a set of inks. Nobody wants to have something that you can't correct. As you can see, if I misplace this with sublimation, I can always come back and just go ahead and correct where it's at. So we've got that on there. We've got that on there. And now we've got our keychain going, right? Now, just go ahead and put that on here. All right. And this was all printed on the Epson F170 sublimation printer. It is the second best printer on the market. And the reason why is because I think the F570 might be a little bit better. But my opinion doesn't matter. And really, never overspend. Don't go past your budget. If you can't afford the F570, get the F170. It's a great printer. Great printer. You can do a lot of things on it. And this is all printed on an F170, which pretty much the best you can do, or the most you can do on that, is 8.5 by 14. And yes, I am doing this wrong. As you can say, you're talking over there and you're not doing this right, okay? I don't know if you guys notice this. So Mako Metal is different than Chromolux. It is a completely different, it's a completely different product. There's nothing similar between the two. What with Mako, instead of the substrate going down towards the lower platen and the transfer to the business end of the platen, you want to flip it around. So you want the lower platen, then you want your image, then you want your heat. Okay. Yes, you do want protective paper in there, or you can put it in there. I use it. I like to have it in there. I don't want ink on my platens. I don't like that, But go ahead. If you want to be dangerous and reckless, go ahead. Okay. But don't say I didn't warn you. I forget sometimes when I'm talking to you guys. Now, I did not check my press before this, and I don't actually know the instructions for this, to be honest with you. I forgot to look it up. I was going to do it during the intro, but the intro doesn't. I can't hear the intro. So I was like, man, if I'm sitting here, I'm just going to be like this when the live starts, and I'm not even going to know the live started. So I don't remember what that time. I remember the time. I don't remember the temperature. Okay, I am going to mode. I believe it was 1 minute and 20 seconds, which, if my math is mathin', that's 80 seconds. And 1 minute, 400. I'm a little low on this, so we'll just we'll bring this up just a little bit. So what I'm using right here, this is the red heat press. It's 16 by 20, and I can get you a really good deal on this press right here. I can tell you that right now. I can get you a smoking hot deal on this press. I can get you a smoking hot deal on a 15 by 20. I'm sorry, this is 16 by 20, a 15 by 15, and 11 by 15. If you are interested in a basic red press, they're really good presses, and as the name says, they're just basic. They're clamshell. Where is my glove over here? What they have is they have this rotating platen here, so that when it closes, the platen has enough like this so that it will not close really hard back here first. It'll close all together like that. But if you guys are ever interested in something like this is a great starter press. This is a great second press. This is a great press. I've got a friend, I don't know if you know him, his name is Joe Piazza. He is a great friend of mine. This is his press of choice. This is what he uses in his business. This guy right here. So yes, the basic red press, 16 by 20. Hit me up. I know you want it. I know you're looking at it. We got to wait for this to heat up just a little bit, I think. I don't know. Or we could just be reckless and see what happens. And I'm sorry, Miriam, I meant to comment earlier. She said that she hasn't pressed one of those from her black box. Shame on you. At least you opened your black box. I remember, and these are all null and void now because I don't think we can. I actually know that we can't. But the last Condé black box before they closed, somebody won an F570, never opened their black box, and they still have a golden ticket in there because that golden ticket went out, and somebody else. It might have been a Caesar product, a Caesar cutter. I forget one of them. Nobody else also claimed that. So I think that's weird. You wouldn't just open that and look at stuff in that. But yeah, somebody did. Yeah, but that's null and void now. I don't know. You got a pick with him? Yeah, he is a nice guy. He's fun. He's the guy that I got in this industry with, and still talk to him quite often. Yeah, I open almost everything that comes to my house. I kind of, I don't know. I don't know why you would get the black box and not open it, but but okay. All right, we're going to press this and see what happens. Oh, the other thing too is that these take light pressure. And light pressure, this might be a little bit harder. But light pressure, you want to be able to close it with two fingers pretty much. Medium pressure is obviously going to be in the middle of what I'm about to just tell you. And heavy pressure is when you got to get these traps up here, you know, those wrestlers and, you know, those big oiled up hairless wrestlers, you know, you get those going up there. That's when that's heavy pressure, okay? And in the middle is just middle of the road, you know. Middle is really, really hard to really judge. But as you start activating the core and those traps up here and you know your triceps back here, that's when you're getting into heavy pressure. If you got it icy hot the next day, you're doing heavy pressure. And hello, Pam, welcome. I was teasing you earlier in the episode because Vincent is a Dodgers fan, and I told everybody to get on when he comes on the live, which is when I don't remember. It is May 14th. We will have Vincent from DTF Station. I told everybody to come on here and just heckle him about the Dodgers and how much they stink. And then I was like, oh man, Pam David's a Dodgers fan. She's going to be angry at me. But there we go. Look at that. We're just making a mess here. I love that baseball season is back. I do. I love baseball. It's fun. It's a fun time. I'm go Dodgers. I'm really mad because the Dodgers. So Vincent, I texted him the day the opening day because it wasn't their opening day because they did theirs in Tokyo. But I texted him and I was like, you know, Tigers are going to sweep the Dodgers, and he was like, no chance. And then he was laughing because he's like, I'm going to be getting Panda Express for $6 every day, talking about his lunch and all that. And they ended up sweeping the Tigers, but the Tigers held their own, and it was super exciting. It was fun, and yeah, we got to give him you know some grief for that. Oh boy. There we go. So we've got our two opened, and you want to remove pretty much the transfer. And something you can also do with this is you can kind of peek in there to make sure your transfer is working, and you can always put it. You know, if you don't untape it like I just did, you can always just give it a good peek and then put it back, and you shouldn't get any ghosting. Oh man, the D in my hat's right in the middle there. But yeah, it's a fun time. I like going to the minor league games down here. Those are pretty fun. And I'll tell you what. And this is the honest truth. Ice cream always tastes better out of a mini helmet. There's no better ice cream on this planet than ice cream out of a mini helmet. Hands down. If you haven't had ice cream out of a mini helmet sometime in your life, you got to treat yourself. Then you get to take the mini helmet home, and it's great. So we're just going on here because these ones are two-sided. So we're just going on here real quick and putting some tape on there. Got our premium heat tape over here with our tape dispenser. Go ahead and put those. I got my tape over here. I don't know if you guys saw it over there going. And so yeah, you want no. Yeah. It's funny doing this and talking to you guys and all that is crazy. No, I am still in beautiful Mobile, Alabama. I'm still over here. We're still at the Rodeo Estates in Mobile, Alabama, and it's already way too humid for me. And Yeah, I did enjoy the snowstorm we got though this year. That was pretty interesting. I'm still over here. I just actually got back last night at about 8:30 from Jacksonville. I was out there this week, and I was laying in bed this morning, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God it's Friday. Oh God, I got to go to the bank, and that's the only thing I have to do today." Um, and then like it dawned on me, I was like, "Oh man, I got to do a Friday live." And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to muster through it. But you guys, I was tired. I was laying on my beanbag with my cat before this, and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting through this. But I get pumped. This is fun. I like talking. I like hanging out with you guys doing this sort of thing. I'll be back over there once this is over and done sweating being by this heat press. Um, the Royals one, man. Yeah, I have in my kitchen. I have plastic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like cereal bowls, and cereal tastes so good out of those that I got from being a kid in the '80s. But yeah, if you go to these minor league games, you can get some pretty good concessions there, pretty cheap. And I think Rachel and I went last year. It was like $5 to go sit on the lawn. It was a fun time. Whoa. Yeah, I got quiet there for a second. I was looking. I might have, if I was doing this again, if I was doing a whole bunch of these, I definitely would have pressed a little bit down here. It's a little bit light, but it's not bad. It's totally something it's in the acceptable range of failure. We're really hard on ourselves, and we don't always have to be because you know, sometimes no one will notice that little bit that you're going to notice because you're doing it and you want everything to be absolutely perfect. Um, and Miriam may get a laugh out of this, but today I was thinking because I just did an ornament, right? I was like, I gotta ask him how many days until Christmas, and then show my video. And Miriam's gonna be like, it's still too early. It's still too early. You gotta at least wait till July. And I had a good chuckle about that. So should have made the video for it. But yeah, we've got these ornaments. They're Mako metal ornaments, and they are 3.5 inches, I believe. It was either 3 or 3.5 inches, round, double sided on there. So I got me over here waving at you guys, ready for the Christmas tree. We've got the Mako metal one-sided keychains. Now something. Hold on, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that. We'll put that over there. And then I'm going out doing some photographs and doing some sort of stuff. So I made myself a media badge for RodeoBo Media. I'll be out there. People will be like, "Who are you taking pictures of? Why are you taking my picture?" I've got my name badge right here right here, so it's official. RodeoBo Media is who I am, right there. Okay, and I've got a lanyard in the other room. I can put it on there. I can pin it to my shirt or something. Yes, yes. So this is one-sided. Hello, Nicole. This is one-sided, right? But sometimes you can print something on the other side, like you could put your logo or something on here, just something. I want to see if the other side is sublimatable as well. We like to test things here on Friday Live, right? I'll test them so you don't have to. But we were talking about the Epson F170. I don't know if you guys know this, but the inks for the Epson F170 and the F570, they cost $39.99 a color. So we're going to say $40. $40 a color. That's $80 for 2 colors. That's $160 for 4 colors for a full tank. More than a full tank for your whole thing. That's only $160. And I say only $160. And when I say this, I think $160 is a lot of money for ink. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, I think. But When you look at something like, some people out there are charging $800 for a set of ink. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but I would rather 100% spend $160 over $800. That is my thought there. Those are RodeoBo's thoughts. But yes, and the inks are really good. By really good, I think they're. I mean, they're sublimation inks. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. And oh, I turned this off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see where it's at. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. What were we talking about? $800? Man, I don't know who could spend that kind of money. I do not know. Yeah, and as I said earlier, I'm a byproduct from the 1980s, so sometimes I forget that it's 2025. Like we really are. We're in 2025. That is crazy, crazy. So sometimes I feel like things are a lot more expensive. My lunch for school, when I went to school, we were able to leave our school at high school and go to lunch. And I remember to this day that my Taco Bell, it was three tacos in in like a drink. It was $2.25. I remember that to this day because I think my parents gave me $3 or something, and I was able to buy Sour Patch Kids and something else at the school store for a snack during the day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Now I do know that I've received some emails from Epson, and there's some conflicting things going on there with the tariffs and what's going to happen. I heard something was definite, then the next day it wasn't definite, and it was just a thought. I can say right now, I can say that we have at least a pallet of Epson F-170s right now that we will be selling, until they physically make us, we will be selling those at the regular price of what they are. We will not be going up on those. 5 for $5 at Arby's. Does that even still exist? Isn't it 2 for $5 now, maybe? Um, I don't know. They're all crazy. I don't know. But yeah, we won't be going up on that. I don't know how much ink we have in stock now. Thinking about that, I could have looked that up. But we are going to be staying as low as we can. Now, I think we ordered 5 or 6 F570s, and we might have sold 3 like within 10 minutes after getting them. But yes. If you're thinking about an F570, I'd probably think about if it's in your budget right now. 25 cents. I remember when I was a kid, we had penny loafers, and they were like the cool shoe. And what you could do is you could put, I'm going to say it was a nickel in each side, and not a nickel, a dime in each side. I haven't touched currency in so long, a dime in each side, and I think milk was 2 dimes maybe, but you could put your milk money in your penny loafers. 25 cents, that is awesome. You know, we're going to press this. It might not be the right time, but we're going to get going here on that. Is it? I um I can't eat a lot of fast foods. I have celiac disease, so I don't really ever pay attention to a lot of the stuff there. But yeah, we've got like 50 seconds here, but when I first met my wife Rachel, we used to go to this theater. It was called the Palladium, and it was in Birmingham, Michigan, which was a super fancy town. And it was $29.99, and you got dinner and a movie. And they had this buffet that they had like prime rib and like all this really good food at it, like a buffet, so you could get as much as you wanted. And then you got to go see the movie in like the IMAX. They had really comfortable seats, and only people that ordered the dinner and a movie package could go see the movie. And we used to do this all the time. It was one of our go-tos. And that also came with popcorn and pop and all that, and they had like dessert, so you could get like your dessert and kind of put it in your popcorn and then eat it during the movie. And it's great aging, and it's great looking back at stuff. That's what we're going to be talking about, nostalgia. I'm pretty nostalgic person, I think. I don't know, maybe it's because I've had a good life, maybe I've got a good sense of humor. I don't know. Can you sublimate? So if metal is hot, guys. I don't know if you know that. You could definitely, if you wanted to, sublimate, your logo or something small. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the camera. That's really hot. That's the one side. And then this is the other. This is the side that's supposed to be sublimated, and then this is the other side. So you could definitely sublimate both sides if you wanted to. Put your business logo or something on the back, something small here. Have fun with it. Man, I'm terrible. I was gonna grab a key thing to put on here to show you guys it was a keychain. That's what I was gonna do. I mean, it does look good for the other side. I'm not gonna sit here and say you can do this because I don't know but it looks pretty good. Depending on the image, I might actually like this side better. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are doing this sort of stuff, putting stuff on key rings, making press badges. Having fun is what we're doing. So I'll be off next week. We'll be having Stephanie from Caesar coming in, those sort of things. And I do think the F-170 might be the printer to go with these days, because I think that a lot of the people aren't going to be buying the big stuff. I was going to talk about all this stuff here because I do have Chromolux, and I'm not sure people are going to be buying giant Chromolux panels like this these days, and more buying the smaller type stuff. I was going to talk about how I've got fine art back here printed on Chromolux, and Chromolux is only for fine art. I was going to talk about that, but I've completely forgot about it. Fine art. If you want Chromolux is thick. It's good. People are buying fine art, and fine art just like this, all over the place. You can also check out Miriam for that. That's Miriam's work there. Thank you, Miriam. We've had a really, really great time, and we're going to continue having great times. So, in the future, look for more videos and stuff like that. And yeah, we're going to be going. We're going to be having fun. We've got more stuff coming up. Don't forget, we've got those DTF ovens and all of those sort of things. And check Condé.com. And yes. Hold on. Let's put this up here just for the people that didn't tune in then. Any questions, Bo, email me, bo@Condé.com. I'll do things. We can talk about things, anything, sublimation, decoration. Go ahead. You got a Photoshop question? You want to just pick my brain, pick my nose? Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Have a great weekend. Please have a great weekend. Hopefully it's warm where you're at. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy some weather. Maybe you can come over here and you can rake my yard for me if you want to. Huh? But yeah. I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you for everybody. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Respond to her email. I will. All right. Goodbye. I will respond to your email, Miriam.